Mobile Manager Inspection Basics Part 2. So let's go back to Report Pro, go to Customize, go to Multi-Point Inspections, and let's open the electrical system check that we built. And let's talk about the points. Remember, you have a very large list of points over here that you're going to be able to add to and subtract to, and you're going to be able to put them over here in the specific order that you wish. So let's look at battery cables, for example, and see how it's set up. First thing is, there's your point. You can always select it and type in whatever you wish. You should always assign it to a category. Try to find a category that's appropriate for what you're looking at. Also, put in a month interval and an odometer interval. So for example, every 12 months we should look at this, or every 12,000 miles. Now, even if it says down here that the item has no odometer interval, for example, Pennsylvania State Inspection, you put a 0 in there and it's going to have the months drive it, not the mileage. So it's just a good point to have when you have any kind of service that has no mileage due. Next thing we want to do is we're going to look at this in the order that the technician sees it on the tablet. So we're going to go up to the CAN notes. Each CAN note should represent a possible finding that the technician might have when they're looking at something. So you have good, frayed, insulation damage missing. Those are the choices that the technician has. And when we double click on one, we can open it up where we can read it. So what you see here is that the technician is going to see the word good on the tablet. When they tap on that, the battery cables in your vehicle are in good condition at this time. That will appear, and that's what the customer sees. So that's basically how we build these. They're all, you'll find, the same. This is what the technician sees on the tablet. When he taps or she taps, this is what will be put on and sent out to the customer. So let's see how we can build these very easily. We're going to take the good one and we're going to remove it. And just like that, it's out of here. To add it, it's a piece of cake. Hit add, name it so we know that the name's going to be good. And then let's put in the text and hit OK. And it's that easy. You've had it. One of the things I recommend is the technician should be involved when you're building these CAN notes, and you should be adding and subtracting them as you do the inspections. So for every finding in a CAN note, there should be a recommendation. Recommendations are how we're going to deal with these. So for example, if everything's good, our recommendation is going to be OK. Battery's in good shape at this time. Hit OK and we're good. Now, if we find something wrong, like the battery's cables being frayed, we want to have that up there for the technician to tap on, and this is what's going to be put in the system. And you may have noticed that there's a default on yellow selected. When this is selected with a job, when a technician taps on the yellow swatch in the inspection, this information is automatically going to fill in. And building these are just like the CAN notes. All you have to do, and we'll show you one more time, we'll just get rid of it, hit cancel. We're going to take it out of there, hit remove, hit yes, and let's add it back in. So the word's going to be frayed. And again, this is what the technician sees on the tablet. And they tap on this and they're going to find the following text. And then if you select default in yellow, when they tap on the yellow swatch, this will automatically fill in. Yellow is a recommendation. Red is something that needs to be done immediately. So we found here at the inspection that the battery cables need to be replaced. Default in red is when they tap on the red, this is going to come through. Now mind you, you only have one yellow and one red for every set of CAN recs. You may have multiple reasons to replace something or multiple recommendations. At that point, do not use the yellow and red swatches or assignments. All that does is going to, if you double them up, they're all going to try to fill in when you select it. So we have to be very, very careful of that. Finally, the next thing we have is the batteries, the jobs. We want to link these CAN jobs that you have built in your management system to the recommendations. As you can see here, we have a few of them already recommended. And let's remove them just to see how we can put them back in. Hit the ever popular add button. Go up here and type in a term that's close to what you're looking for. So battery, all right, and it pulls up all the items with that. And what you do is you search through the list and find your battery cables, and there they are. And you can select multiple items at once. And these are CAN jobs that you've built, and they are in the background in your RO writer, and they should be there. Hit OK, and there you are. You just add it. And then once you go through and check everything, and you're happy with it, this is how you save, just by closing the window. So as you go through each one of these points, you do need to spend the time to look in there. Make sure that the general information, you got intervals, make sure that you got CAN notes, any possible finding that the technician might have, the recommendations, and again, only one color is being suggested here because there's multiple replacements that could affect the reds. Load up the CAN job. So what do we have here again? We have ourselves battery hold down, and let's see if we have a job for battery hold down. Again, these are CAD jobs that are built by you in your management system. So if you don't see anything that's there, you're going to leave it wide open in this case. All right, so you have a number of different ways of doing it. And as a matter of fact, we could probably get away with putting a battery trainer because sometimes the hold down is part of that tray. Hit OK, and those jobs are now part of it. Again, double checking everything, save by closing, and you're done.